we'll figure things out on the fly as we always do. Sure, it'll be terrible. Oh, I got a recruiting update. Fucking cocksucker. Oh,
you want to lead off the show with it,
buddy? Oh. Sorry. Hold up. What's up, everybody? Welcome into your weekly TBC Live. Appreciate you guys joining us. Oh, so much going on. I'm just trying to get situated here. Me, Jeff, and Shawn are at it again. Our weekly show. We don't stop. 52 weeks a year, right? That's how many weeks are in a year. That's what we do. I think that's still the number. Has that changed? I don't know. By the way, is that daylight savings shit going away next year?
Are you on the Gregorian calendar or?
I thought I was on the Roman. Is it the same?
Not the Mayan. I don't know. The Mayans had that shit dialed in.
I think the Mayans had us like dead a couple years ago, right?
2012, we were all supposed to. The world was going to end. Yeah. I think they're going to vote on that, right? I think they're going to put that to Congress about the daylight savings time. But some states,
they should do it state by state. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. Different in every state. I love it. It's a great idea.
Yeah, just make our country 8 time zones and fuck up the whole world.
Time is just a concept.
That's
another podcast, Shawn. Oh shit, Joe! I got poured drink. What am I doing? Cheers, everybody.
Cheers to you. All right, we appreciate everybody joining us. I see we got some people popping in here. Oh boy, jump in the chat. We love your super chats, so don't be afraid to pop those in there. Those get precedence if you got questions and comments. We're going heavy recruiting tonight. We're going by position groups, and we're going to talk about like what we need at each position, what we have. We might even dial up some videos. We'll watch some video clips together. Podcast viewers, just imagine, amazing highlight videos. But no, I'll try and explain what's happening. I'm going to practice up and brush up my play-by-play calling abilities, though I've never done it before, ever. But I am good at looking at things, mostly women. But hey, I'm open to other things, I'll leave
okay.
Probably shouldn't have said that.
Let's leave that one hanging out there.
Yeah, everybody's getting uncomfortable now. So pull up a stool, pour a drink. Let's talk Buckeye football. Please subscribe. Hit that big subscribe button. If you like it, love it, want more of it. Hit that bell if you want to get notified every time we go live. I'm still laying out a plan. There you go. I'm laying out a plan on how to get started on our daily live show. We want to do this 4 p.m. Eastern. Jeff and Shawn are going to pop in when they're available. Jeff might have a weed whacker or a lawnmower going in the background, so that's presenting some challenges for us. But topics are the bigger challenge. We're going to let the chat kind of drive it. So assuming people jump in the chat, that will steer the show in one direction or the other. But I still need a topic every day. And I'm going to continue to do the daily blitz coming at you at 6 a.m. every morning. We're going to continue to do the live show. So give me a few days to get cracking on the daily live show. I got to come up with a name. Show live was my first thing. Things like that. If you guys have ideas, throw them at me and I'll tell you how terrible they are. But anyways, Jeff and Shawn in here. Obviously, we're going to jump all over some bourbon talk right now and then hop into our main topic. If we have some time left over, we've got some extraneous, less important topics that we're going to get into. Like Michigan's #1 recruiting class in the month of May. So That's a nice topic, I think. Bourbon talk. I got a nice little pour of Buffalo. We're getting ready to move soon, so I am just slamming every less than half full bottle I have. So everything is less than half full, crushing it. I just crushed some Horse Soldier, recommend that. That's the copper colored label. They got 3 of them. What else? What else did I do? Oh, Woodford had a big ass 1.75 of Woodford. Smashed that. Made some room. So paring down things you do when you move.
All just today.
Oh.
Joe's been working hard.
Yeah.
I'll have to come over there, man. I'll
haven't
be finished
eaten.
off some of them.
Haven't eaten at all. Yeah, I haven't eaten. Just had bourbon all day. So yeah, those days. Just kidding. What are you guys drinking?
I just poured me a glass. I looked at my Buffalo. I went back to the rabbit hole. High Gold, the blue label. Like that stuff. Like it a lot.
Been working that hole pretty hard the last few weeks.
Been working a lot of things really hard lately.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth with the Sazerac rye, Basil Hayden, Buffalo, and the rabbit hole. I've been kind of keeping back and forth with those. I finished off like 3 bottles and I haven't really replenished a lot. So I got some Rebel in here. The Rebel cast strength and the regular Rebel. It's kind of strong, like a bad aftertaste. So they've been sitting in the back there for a while. But yeah, supplies are low, so I need to run over to St. Pete and find you and help you move help you move some of them bottles down.
Yeah, I can dust off one.
Must be something in the air, Joe. I'm not moving, but I've been kind of in let's get rid of some of the stuff that's been hanging around mode. So yeah, I've polished off and put a couple bottles in the recycle bin this week. But as of tonight, I'm back on the tequila. I'm drinking some Campo Azul Reposada.
Oh, I love it when you roll your R's.
Reposado. Selecto.
Oh, on your main. Oh, thank you, Billy Tuesday in the chat. Say he digs the shirt. See, I'm starting to speak Spanish. Shirt, man. Nice shirt. What time are the dyers on? That's the meanier. Stop. Gotta stop. Anyway, let's get into it. Fuck. Silliness. All right. 2024 recruiting class. So we're going to take a position by position look at every position, basically. And we're going to look at the scholarship numbers. We're going to look at the needs, things we don't need. Quick update, though, just learned this today. 2024 commit wide receiver Jeremiah Smith just announced he will take an official visit to Florida June 2nd to the 4th. So there's that. Let that process. Don't at
another top
don't
Florida
go
recruit.
at him.
Yeah. You have to expect
South
it
Florida.
at this point. You got to expect
Yep.
it. Like you always said, Joe,
South Florida.
if they verbal to you, that just means you're in the league.
Man,
Right.
a whole weekend though, the 2nd through the 4th. I mean, he's
Right.
gonna have a girlfriend before he leaves there.
Oh, maybe a couple. Yeah.
And it's in June.
Yep.
And he's a Florida boy, so he knows the
It's
weather.
gonna be hot.
So the weather. Oh yeah, it's gonna be
That's not an
shitty.
issue. Yeah.
And newsflash to anybody that's never been to Gainesville, outside of that campus, that is a shithole town. That town is built
Right.
only on that campus.
It's one big strip mall.
But
It is,
again,
right.
in the parlance of our times, as this kid went on a bunch of these trips, he's the number 2 kid in the country. You know what? Go visit a couple of these places. I hope he's solid to us, but I don't begrudge this kid for taking a look, especially at Florida.
I'm not. nobody should go after him. We can't talk shit and turn him sour to coming up north. I was surprised when he did commit, verbal. I thought I was like, wow, that's really early for like a top player, and not, the top 10 players in the country. It's really early to get a verbal from them. So I kind of expect, and plus being a Florida kid, you kind of expect them to, until they sign their name, they're going to look around.
Yeah, but
hopefully it's not, hopefully somebody doesn't come with some big money.
With these wide receivers, with what's going on at Ohio State and Brian Hartline, they like to get in early because they want their spot, and spots fill up quick with dudes, serious dudes. And so I think wide receiver, and as evidenced by the top 2 kids in the 2024 class, they got in early because, again, I think those are coveted spots, and you just hope they don't flake on us.
And the coaches, they tell the kids. The coaches are telling the kids, go look around. Make sure this is what you need, because they're confident in what they've been able to present to recruits when they come to Columbus. Ryan, they've all mentioned it, that they tell them to go look at other places because they feel confident that your best option is here. I just hope it's not some a girlfriend or a bag of cash that you can't turn away.
Well, I mean, Jeremiah
Cash
Smith
is
and
definitely
Marlon
involved.
Graham.
Yeah, Cash is going to be
next
involved.
Harrison. Oh, you
well,
think
remember
Cash?
Remember that Rashada kid last year? It was all promised, and then it got turned on him, and he never saw it. And then he didn't sign on signing day. That's got to pass. That's got to roll through the recruiting world too. Like, hey, if you don't see the cash, you can't trust the guys at Florida. They'll promise you the world.
You don't see the cash, you don't see the ash. Is that the saying?
That's what I was getting at.
Okay.
But that looked like a big black eye for them, to lose a kid that they promised money to, and then he made a big stink about it. That's got to linger with some of these kids, I would think.
Yeah. I just think for wide receivers, Buckeye speaks for itself. You go there because you're going to be a top pick.
It's proven.
Yeah,
it's
right.
proven.
I mean, all right, let's get going on this recruiting class. So I'm going to throw these numbers at you continuously, so bear with me. I probably should put something like this up on the screen, but I'm not going to. The ideal numbers at each position group that Ryan Day wants is quarterbacks 4, running backs 5, receivers 11, tight ends 5, offensive linemen 16, defense 8, or defensive ends 8, defensive tackles 8, linebackers 8, corners 8, safeties 11. Okay, so what we have after the 2023 class arrives on campus, so getting us ready to work into the 24 season. 2023 class arrives entirely. Actually, Brandon Innes just arrived yesterday in Columbus, so he's like the first one in of the not early enrollees. So anyway, quarterbacks we have 4, running backs 5, wide receivers 11. So we're right at the numbers for those 3 positions. Tight ends 6, that's 1 more. O lineman 18. We've talked about the Jags in the O line room. Defensive ends we have 8. Yeah, defensive ends will have 8 right at the number. Defensive tackles will have 1 under, will be at 7. Linebackers 7, cornerbacks 7, safeties 10. So those last 4 groups, tackles, linebackers, corners, safeties, were 1 under the ideal need, or to hit the number that Ryan Day wants. So that means that points out exactly why we're targeting those guys in the transfer portal, like Tywan Malone, the D tackle out of Ole Miss. The safety, Jalen Key, the UAB transfer guy. So what do we need? I don't know. I'm going to tell you. 1 to 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 2 O linemen, Defensive ends, we're going to need 4 D ends, 4 D tackles, 1 to 2 linebackers, 4 corners, and 3 safeties. Now that's on top of this 24 commit class. Okay. So I'm sorry, that's including this. Yeah, that's on top of, I'm sorry. Some of these numbers, like receiver, we already have 3, right? 2. We have 2. Tight end, we have 1, but we want another one. O-line, we have 4. We want 2 more. We have none D ends, none D tackles. Got 2 linebackers on defense, no corners, no safeties. So
Well,
that's what we're aiming
what's Sam
for.
Williams Dixon, the athlete? Where does, I mean,
He's an H-back, running back, H-back.
okay.
But definitely
He
offense, right? There's no options on defense. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he plays defense. Okay.
He actually, so tomorrow's episode of the Daily Blitz coming at you first thing in the morning. I talk about the Under Armour camp that was in Columbus today, Sunday, and the MVPs, the running back MVPs were Sam Williams Dixon and 2025 guy Bo Jackson. So they were the running back MVPs. By the way, should be noted that Michigan commit running back Jordan Marshall was also at the camp. Not an MVP, by the way.
You mean the former Ohio State commit?
He was never committed.
Oh, I thought he verbal
Jordan
to us
Marshall.
and then flipped
Lean.
Wilson. Okay. That's right. It was just a lean. My fault.
Cincinnati guy. Yeah. Right. So let's go. Let's just run down these commits. Let's go. You want to go offers or commits? Probably makes sense to start with commits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we got we'll go by ranking. Jeremiah Smith, we talked about him, the 5-star out of Chaminade Madonna Prep down in Hollywood, Florida. 6'3", 198, 5-star, number 1 player at his position according to 24/7. Number 1 player in the state of Florida. So, and number 2 overall nationally. So got to get him locked up. Love this kid's tape. Should we go through Jeremiah Smith? Sure. Let's share it with the folks. Oh, I got to mute that. That sounds obnoxious. Let me share this with you guys. Try and make this as seamless as possible. And I'm sure it'll be terrible.
You gotta be excited about that size, that 6'3", 200 pounds. That's NFL prototype, size right there already. Without getting to
and he's also a track guy. He runs those 110 hurdles, and what I send you guys, 14 something.
Yeah,
seems good.
14, yeah.
State. He's tops in the state. Here's a nice little corner route. Thank you. Here comes Flamer on the outside. Corner just lets him go, and the safety is like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that." Oh.
Yeah,
he almost hits his head on the goalpost.
It amazes me when these kids like this, like no one's covering them. You should have 2 guys always covering them.
Yeah, I can't imagine like seeing this kid. Like, why are they not like covered 2 in that guy? 1 at the line and 1 at the hash behind him. Like you got to bracket.
Nobody's getting a hand on him. Getting a hand on him at least.
Oh, the little stop and go,
free release. Yeah,
he does got some wheels. Wow, this dude's scary looking. I mean, I was thinking, this is going to be the next, Marv, that length, but it looks like he's got the speed and the length.
No, he's got all the things. So, yeah, that's a good quick look at our guy, Jeremiah Smith. So let's go down to Mylan Graham, another 5-star receiver. If you're surprised, you shouldn't be. This guy is smooth as silk. I've never seen the change of direction like him. Do we have his tape here? Mylan Graham, I'm not seeing it. I don't think I have his videos. Let me check here real quick. Mylan Graham. I've got some junior highlights. Here we go. Let me cue this up and everybody stay where you're at, and I will share it now.
Joe, he's out of Indianapolis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know he was a big target for Notre Dame. I know they were going after him hard, and they won't give up. Just like Jeremiah Smith, there's going to be people, fighting for him until that day he signs.
Yeah, this dude's smooth as silk.
No, I just fucked it up. I told you guys this is going to be so easy. So
was he?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's share it. Okay, share. Everybody see that? Hopefully. That's probably better. Mylan Graham is just a smooth operator. He's going to probably work at the outside. He's got the size to slide into the slot receiver position if he needs to. But look at this. Look at the shiftiness. Yeah, he's just
that looks real good. Bringing him in motion, like as as an H back, and then sliding out into the slot, out and up. Yeah.
He's just working people. And then
they're both dudes. We need these guys. These are
doesn't
dudes.
it look like the replacements for Marv and Emeka?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's almost it's like, oh, here's the next two. Yeah. To replace these two that are going to
be a little bit faster, a little bit strong. It keeps getting better and better.
Right.
I don't know what kind of competition that Graham was facing in Indiana, but playing down at Chaminade, they're playing St. Thomas Aquinas, Heritage, all those big time schools down there. So I know Jeremiah Smith's been facing real same level talent. I don't know about the Indianapolis talent, but we gambled on Terry McLaurin at Indianapolis, and he turned out to be a stud. So
right,
it's all in the makeup of the kid, really.
Yeah, let's look at quarterback Aaron Nolan, the 4-star out of Langston Hughes down Fairburn, Georgia. High 4-star, number 6 player at his position, at the quarterback position. Let's check him out real quick.
Best name of any recruit at quarterback.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Air No Land. I love it.
Yeah. Look at that deep ball. Just put it out there. I love his quick release. That's the thing that I love most about Aaron Nolan. I mean, he doesn't have that looping release like you see with a lot of lefties, like a Tim Tebow, or thinking back to like Steve Young, those guys that got that big looping wind up. He's got a quick, compact, bam, out there. Even though it's a lefty, I was somewhat apprehensive before seeing his video about a lefty, because you got to change, your right tackle suddenly becomes the blind side. You got to change your receivers where the left side of the formation are your first options, but after watching him in that quick release, I think he can put it anywhere, anytime. Look at that. Boom. And
guy in space, guy coming free at him. Yeah. Guy coming free off the edge, and he got rid of it in time on a dime.
Well, like I said, if we're going after a lefty and he's ranked 6th among all quarterbacks, I mean, then the kid's, just because he's lefty, probably drops him 3-4 spots. He's probably, top 2, top 3. People are like, man, because the things you said, it's other stuff. Do you want to put up with that? Well, if the kid's good enough, yeah, you do.
And it is different
what Ryan Day talks about having. Right, he talks about having that unique trait or an outstanding trait. That's what Ryan Day talks about, and I think this kid's quick release is that unique trait that you can't coach, you can't teach. I think he's got that thing, and he's got the accuracy too, which is key. He only had like 5 interceptions in 15 games last year, and he's playing 6A in Georgia.
Yeah, you can tell by the stadiums he's playing in that that's big time football. And it doesn't. We're not seeing any highlights of him running or getting loose. But he looks like he could freely make people miss and get out and maneuver in the pocket, roll out to get room. I don't know how he is as a runner. But that's all we need him to do is be able to just make people miss, buy some time, like CJ could.
Right.
You don't need to be Justin Fields.
Yeah. Let's see. Next up, we don't have video of James Peoples right now, but this guy, I love his ability. He's coming from San Antonio, Texas, plays at high level Texas football again at another one of those states that produces big time players. James Peoples, 5'10", 192, high 4-star. He's a 9.577, number 5 player at his position in the country. Number 15 in the state of Texas. Been committed for quite a while. So he has that perfect size, and he's going to put on pounds. He's got that shake and bake, and he's got that power. He's got that combo,
You tell me, number 5 running back in the country out of Texas, sure. That usually works out. I mean, you said like Joe, he was number 5 in the country at his position, but he's 15th in the state of Texas. That usually, if you're top 5 at your position, you're number 1 or 2 in your state. But you get a Texas running back that everybody wants, you're done right. A.K. J.K. Dobbins.
Right. So yeah, he's got his official visit set up for June. He'll be coming in with a big wave of offensive players. So keep that in mind. They'll be willing to have some new guys, some targets come in and visit that offensive group. So who do we have up next here? We got let's go Ian Moore, the tackle, highest ranked offensive lineman in the class. He's out of Indiana. I believe that's Indianapolis suburbs, 6'5", 295, number 2 player in the state, number 6 at his position. That's how good he is. I believe he was the second commit. I think he was the first offensive player committed. But love this guy's tape. We do not have offensive line tape tonight, but he's a big deal because he's going to help recruit that Indiana area. And this is obviously a Justin Fry connection, right? I mean, coming from Indiana where he played.
Yeah. No more Jags on that O-line. I think Fry, like we all thought, he might take a year or two to kind of weed some guys out, get his people in. We'll see what this transfer does. Did he have a relationship from San Diego State? But you get number 5 or 6 tackle in the country. Yeah. 6'5", 295. He'll be 310, 315. Way better shape as soon as Mick gets a hold of him. Exciting. We need the top 10 linemen. We need this stack top 10 linemen, like at every other position.
Yeah, big.
Might be Aaron Nolan's protector, right tackle. Might be the next right tackle.
I remember when we were going on those, tears when we were getting, Campbell or not Campbell, Paris Johnson, and who's our guard, and then before that, I mean, we were getting top 10 guys.
Wyatt Davis,
we were getting like the number 1 tackle in the country, on a yearly basis almost, and sometimes losing out, like Carmen or whatever his name was.
Jackson Carmen, right?
Jackson Carmen. Yeah.
But no, this is a huge get, and we need more of it.
And I have way more faith in Fry as a builder, than Coach Stud. Like I think Stud could talk and get some big names in there, but Wyatt Davis, he barely is holding on in the NFL, and he was. I think I just don't think the development was there with some of those guys. But I think Fry is a better tactician, better teacher. As long as he can get those big recruits like Stud did, that's what we need. Need to get him to develop a little bit more.
Yeah, we got some comments in chat I wanted to address real quick. We got my guy PC. PC is our most loyal commenter on all the videos. We got some new guys in. Brian Johnson, Billy Tuesday, been a recent get into the channel. Appreciate you, Temper. Appreciate you. You guys. I love some of your comments on the videos. You guys crack me up. Who else we got here? So the Billy Tuesday says he saw the interview with Aaron Scott after the camp and wasn't encouraged by about his commitment to the Buckeyes. I don't know. I'd be shocked if he goes to Michigan, honestly. I think Tim Walton's working long and hard. This is a fight. It's a fight to keep him in the Buckeye State. And I think we can do it. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Looking for probably a free season, like pre his high school season commitment. So July, August, something like that. Just like a lot of these guys. PC Clan, my guy says, just popped in for a few. Thanks for your hard work, guys. I always watch, even if I can't watch the live show. Go Bucks, PC.
Hell yeah.
You.
Hell yeah.
Timber, he's there in my book, broke all the high school Georgia records. Yep. Aaron Nolan is the shit. PC also said, I think Simmons has a lot of potential. Feel like he was being wasted at SDSU. I agree 100%. Sometimes he wanted to stay close to home, obviously, to go to college. We're talking about Josh Simmons, the transfer tackle. But he realized he's kind of outgrown that place. And who wants to play for Brady Hoke anyways? Fucking weirdo. What else we got here? PC also says the stud gets a bad rap, but I think he did better than folks think. I wouldn't hire him back, but it wasn't all bad. Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
His inability to recruit nationally was the issue. He could mold a guy, most guys anyways. He did take some projects out of Ohio that we didn't really need and not do anything with them. So go ahead, Jeff.
Just my opinion, but he did pull, he pulled Wyatt Davis out of, Southern California, Bellflower, or whatever. You got Josh Myers from Ohio, turned out to be really good, starting in the NFL. Lost out on Jackson Carman, but I think anybody was going to lose out to Jackson Carman. So he pulled a few big names from around the country, but not consistently. Took too many projects from in-state that we're kind of dealing with now. I don't know. My thought, I could be off base, but just me looking at the O lineman, the projects never got developed. And I think he was a better recruiter actually than a developer. That would be my opinion. But I could be swayed if somebody has, if somebody could show me and explain to me a little bit more. I would listen, but that's just my take on Coach Stud. I didn't have anything really against him either. I think Fry's a better coach.
Yeah. All right, let's talk. Let's do some linebackers here. We got a couple right in a row. Garrett Stover from Big Walnut, not Little Walnut, the Big Walnut linebacker, 6 foot 195. He is a high 4-star, number 12 in his position, number 5 in the Buckeyes State, the very first commitment to the Buckeyes, and one of the few defensive commitments which we sorely need. I love him. He obviously is Cade Stover's kind of brother cousin. Weird thing there with that family. You guys know this thing?
Wait.
Like his
dad. I was only heard that it was cousin. I never heard the brother part. Do we want to air that out?
No, it's cousins. They're cousins technically, like brothers married sisters. So 2 brothers married sisters. So seems a little dicey.
I got you. Yeah.
But anyways, look at this guy come up here and take care of business. Playing playing decent level of football in the Buckeye State in Central Ohio. Played a lot of safety and kind of walk-up safety in high school.
He looked good on that video that you sent earlier, Joe, with him out in some coverage, tight coverage, got the pick.
And Jordan Marshall,
yeah.
Michigan running back, by the way, in case you didn't know.
He's playing 6 yards off the ball and tackling the guy at the line of scrimmage out of the shotgun. It's 6 foot 195. Obviously, he's going to need to get some bulk to play weak side.
Yeah, he's got the frame for it.
Yeah, he's a stover. I mean, fucking farm kids.
Look at that. Open field tackle. Yeah.
Flies to the ball, hits a ton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to need to be about 225 though to be on that field consistently, I think.
For sure.
Definitely. Yeah. And he's got the frame for it. I mean, obviously we see the stock that Cade comes from. So next up, we got Peyton Pierce from Texas, the only other defensive commit we have right now from Lovejoy High School in Lucas, Texas. 4-star, 6'1", 225, a number 28 player in his state, but it's a big freaking state. And number 13 at his position. I love Peyton Pierce. Missed, I believe, the entire season last year with a shoulder injury. Also, though, prior to that injury, was a state champion wrestler. And we know how much we love state champion wrestlers, right?
Yeah, we love, they're the best tacklers. I mean, they will wrap you up.
Exactly. Yeah, they know how to take you off your spot.
Missing all that season, that would explain his lower ranking. As he, I'm sure once his season starts, though, his ranking will probably skyrocket. By the time it's time to get here, by the time the class, the signing day comes, we might be looking at a high 4-star, maybe 5, if he stays healthy.
He looks good in that scarlet and gray with the silver helmet, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, and this is a direct result, an immediate impact of James Laurinaitis being back in our program, because he was a heavy lean to Notre Dame because of Laurinaitis' relationship. And if Laurinaitis swears by a kid and wants to put the stamp on him, who the fuck are we to say, we don't know, he's a low 4-star.
Well, I mean, he's already got that.
James knows what he's doing.
He's already got that size we were just talking about that Garrett Stover needs to get to. He 6'1", 225. I mean,
he's got those instincts. I mean, if Laurinaitis makes him number one priority, like his first recruit coming into Ohio State as a GA, then obviously the kid's a big deal, and the kid is well worth it, So,
and he's going to be a good kid too. He's going to have his head together. He's not going to be some, So yeah, he's exciting. He's exciting. I've seen some video of him. He looks like a dude who just loves to hit people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Up next, Max LeBlanc from Chattanooga, Tennessee, but moved there just a couple of years ago from Montreal, Canada. 6'3.5", 222, 4-star, number 7 in the state, number 14 at his position. We know the Buckeyes are going after another tight end, so we'll get to that. But we don't have video of him, but he plays aggressively, goes after the ball. Love this kid. I think he gives us that size and kind of receiving tight end that we're looking for. And plus, like I said, we're going for 2 tight ends. He probably is going to need to learn how to block a little bit, but they all do, right? He has played it split out a little bit off of the line as more of a receiving tight end.
More like a Rucker. And Rucker, by the time Rucker was a junior, they were able to keep him and Farrell both on the field and feel confident about the blocking. It took him a couple years. That's why we didn't see him early as a freshman and stuff. But Rucker, he got what, 2nd or 3rd round draft pick? If you can't block going in the NFL, you don't get a 2nd or 3rd round pick. Get picked that early. If you can't hold up your block. So we should have confidence that our staff can get him where they need him. We seem to be getting a lot of those receiving tight ends. Thurman is Jelani, right? He's more of a pass catching. Royer was recruited like that as more of a pass catching, can go out wide type tight end. But you see Royer I like the way he blocks on isolation runs. So
Yeah, he's put on the pounds that he needed to. Next up, we got running back Jordan Lyle from St. Thomas Aquinas down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 6 foot 180, 4-star. Got some video of him here on his junior year highlights. Went for over 1,000 yards, 9 yards a carry. Is that any good? Wow. And also is a threat out of the backfield. Let's get a quick look here at Jordan Lyle. Watch his side cuts. He's got these nice little jump cuts he does. And then he just runs away from people at times.
And that's top tier talent in Florida that he plays week in and week out.
This is class 7A. They won the state championship at the top level in 2021. Yeah. He's got great balance and just runs through people. Obviously,
6 foot 180.
He looks bigger than 180, doesn't he?
He does.
It's all in his legs, I think. Yeah, it's all in those quads, man. Each one of them weighs like 90 pounds. I like these jump cuts. It stays on his feet. Balance. That's great balance. Love it. I'll give you one more here. Oh, spin move.
The jump cut into the spin move.
Yeah. He's got moves on top of moves, man. Yeah. That's good stuff. Next up, we got, hold on. I need a producer. We got the twins, Deontay and Devontae Armstrong. We got twins. Deontay is a tackle, 6'6", 280. Devontae is 6'5", 297. The guard, both from Lakewood St. Ed's. Monster get for the Buckeyes. If there ever was a package deal, this had to be it, right? These two guys.
Sure. I mean,
yeah, great get. Two local boys that size. These are the type of guys that can, that have a chance to pan out. Still 4-star, get it, low 4-star, a 4-star nonetheless.
Sorry, Shawn. Sorry. The last set I can think of, O-line, when Florida got the Pouncey brothers out of Lakeland, both of them were dominant. Both of them longtime pros. We can only hope for that type of result. But I think having twins, like the inner fight with them, so if one of them gets down during the freshman year, then one struggles, they have their best friend, their number one guy right with them in the same battles. I think that can only help too. In-state kids, so they're not gonna have maybe some of those outside families away. You got to take them both. It would have been a serious flaw in our recruiting if we would have only went after one or the other. It's nice to see that both of them are talented enough, to stick with us. We'll see. I'll be interested to see how they develop, if they stay on the same trajectory or if one of them, rises above the other. But that inner competition between the two of them can only help amongst the competition with the other guys.
These Catholic League boys, they're gonna be good. This is a huge get. This is what we need instead of some of the ones that we took in the past.
These are not projects. These guys are foundational pieces.
Yeah.
Mark Nave from Toledo Central Catholic up next, 6'5", 315, probably an interior guy. He's a 3-star right now, but he hasn't done a lot of the camp circuit until like this camp today in Columbus, the Under Armour camp. So that's why his ranking's a little lower. Look for that to get a boost for sure. This guy has all the talent to be at least a 4-star. So keep an eye on him to rise up the ranks. Next.
Yeah. Let me chime in on him real quick, Joe, because I actually have watched some tape on that Mark Nave, because he's probably going to be the polling guard that comes out and pancakes my son. We play these guys this year. And so my son showed me some tape on him. No, this dude's awesome. He's nasty. And I'm with you. I think he will only climb the rankings. This kid doesn't F around. He's got some attitude with it too. You love to see.
Okay.
Good luck to your son.
Anyway.
So you're gonna have
Godspeed.
You're gonna have some game tape. You're gonna have some game tape for us.
Yeah, the tackle that plays next to this kid's like 330, like 6'5", 330.
Oh,
yeah. And they won state last year, D2, Ohio. So yeah, they're be a tough game, I'm guessing.
Okay. Yeah, it might be. It might be. Sounds like you might be a little bit outweighed.
Definitely. Our line can't. It's gonna be a problem.
A big
We'll
problem.
see.
Joe, I got one comment about. Sorry,
Go.
I just want to throw in one comment about a running back from St. Thomas. If for the people that couldn't see the videos, picture Curtis Samuel, same size, coming out of Brooklyn, same type of runner. It looked to me, their films look pretty identical. The jump cuts, the shiftiness. That guy Lyle looks like he has more breakaway speed. But same kind of build, looks like same kind of ability for the people that weren't able to see the video.
And that's going way back. Remember how we
turned out all right, though.
love on some Curtis Samuel on this podcast?
Sure. Yeah, we
had him.
Who would have thought he would convert to an NFL wide receiver?
We had him halfway through the year in 16. We thought he was a Heisman finalist. Percy Harvin supermaxed. Because at 16, that's about all we had.
Right. So last commit we have is Sam Williams-Dixon. He transferred from Millersburg, Ohio. Everybody knows where that is, right? I got a nice lesson in the comments months ago from that. Anyways, he transferred to Pickerington North. He did actually grow up in Columbus. So he's coming kind of back home. 5'11", 203, 3-star. Again, didn't do a lot of camps last year and the year before. So got into today's camp. He was the MVP, like we announced off the top of the show at the Under Armour camp today in Columbus, down at the Obets. He was MVP along with 2025 running back Bo Jackson from up in Cleveland. So Sam Williams-Dixon is definitely getting a ratings boost, if nothing else, for that MVP performance. And as he does more of these camps and gets these eyeballs on him, gets his 40 time measured, gets his weight and height and all that shit measured, you're going to see him climb up these national rankings. So don't worry about Buckeyes that are currently at 3-star. So those guys are going to continue to grow. So what have we got here going on in the chat before we talk about some offers and some areas of need? Yeah, Billy says, I don't think OSU coaches are looking at rankings. No, never. No, not coaches. I'm talking fans, though. Fans definitely do. Steven Cherry in the chat. Steven, where you been? Good to hear from you. Says, hope these offensive linemen are nasty and mean, throwing guys out of the club type. Shawn, do you see that?
On that one kid's tape on Nave, I do.
Nave,
he pulls a lot and he likes it. You can tell he's enjoying it. He's going to get some contact.
Hope your son don't get thrown out the club.
I should be in the club, right?
He's going to beat him to that spot. We'll see.
There you go. Yeah.
I got thrown out of a club at 18 one time in high school, but shouldn't have been there.
Yeah. That's a you problem.
Yeah,
should have been 21, right? All right, let's talk like targets of areas of need. So let's go back to our numbers here that we talked about earlier. Areas of need. Obviously, we're done with QB for this 24 class. Obviously, we're done with running back. We got 3 of them in this 24 class. Wide receiver, 1 or 2. 2 is the max. Definitely just 1 is a need. Tight end, just 1. O-line, 2. And we're going big game hunting for these O-linemen. We got our 4 in-state and Midwest guy. Defensive ends, We have none. We need 4. D tackles. We have none. We need 4. Linebackers, 1 or 2 more. We already have 2. Corners, we have none. We need 4. Safeties, we have none. We need 3. And we got some big game hunting there in the safety room. So, let's start off with receivers here, guys. We know we got Jeremiah Smith. Cross your fingers, knock on wood, all that good shit. We got Mylan Graham locked in, 2 5-stars. So the one guy that I really like, we got a few guys. I think TJ Moore out of Tampa is probably not a serious guy because he hasn't even visited campus yet. He's good size, 6'3", 190. And same with Elijah Moore, both of the Moore boys. Elijah Moore's from Maryland, DC area, 6'4", 190. He's a 3-star. So I think Elijah Moore is probably more of a realistic target. And Jeremiah McClellan is like the apple of Brian Hartline's eye. He is a 4-star out of Christian Brothers over in St. Louis, same school as Cam Babb and Cam Brown. 6 foot 190. He's like your prototypical slot receiver. He's at number 5 in the state, number 30 wide receiver overall, but he's a high 4-star at 9.259. Let me load up his tape here. I really like this guy. You talk about smooth as silk. This guy is money. I gotta mute it and then I'll share it. So Jeremiah McClellan, I think, is our number 1 target. But there, if he doesn't jump on board soon, there's an opening, and there's a couple other receivers out there that could pop in. Check him out here. Got the stiff arm. Look at that size. 190. He is flying. Yeah.
Before
the
previous 3 receivers you mentioned, we were looking at 6'3", 6'2", 6'4", 190 to 200 pounds. Those you can tell like those replacements for Marv, and then we're looking at a replacement for Emeka and JSN. That 6 foot 195 to 200 pound guy. You need them both. They can both. It's all NFL size you like you said, a 929 rating, and he's 30th in the country at his position. No other position in the country has the 30th ranked player anywhere close to a 929. Yeah. But it's just
look at him. Yeah.
The emphasis of that
size,
position.
he just took that wildcat. He just took that last play as a wildcat.
That guy's trying to press coverage. He just pushed him off of him.
Yeah. He's too big for a high school receiver, man. And this is what it makes him a good slot receiver. And that's what Hartline is targeting right now, because he's got Mylan Graham with the speedster. He's got Jeremiah Smith, cross your fingers, as the outside guy, like a Marv as well. So he's really targeting more of a slot inside guy that can work space around the middle of the field and get open, right?
Yeah.
And obviously hands.
Obviously NIL is going to play a big deal because we don't know these kids personally, but if Hartline's got him as his number 1 target, I like our chances. If Hartline's going to put his best foot forward with that kid, he'll put the pressure on him. We need to get him on campus. Is he coming this summer? We have a couple of big weekends of recruiting in June, July.
Yeah, he's visited. That's the other thing. That's the issue with the other guys is like TJ Moore out of Tampa hasn't visited at all. Jeremiah McClellan, that also puts our limit at 2 Jeremiahs. That's way too many and probably maxed out. But he is officially visiting June 9th. So his size, and I like him coming out of St. Louis. I like that high school produces some tough kids,
For sure.
He's got offers from more than 40 schools.
Did you say we got any crystal balls going our way on him yet, or?
No, I don't believe so. Oh, I'm sorry. We do have 2. Yeah, two crystal balls. They're from one in April. Yeah, both in April. So relatively new crystal balls. It's just a matter of Heartline deciding to take them or not. You know, I don't know if Heartline's trying to push pause on him or what, but that would be our number 3. You also got Kalen Adams. He is out of Virginia Beach. He's a 6'1", 175 guy, high 4-star as well. He's like a 9'2", 8'8" that Heartline's looking at hard. He would be another slot receiver type. And like I mentioned, Elijah Moore, the 3-star out of Maryland. But that's what we're looking at receivers, 1 or 2 more. Tight end, we're really just waiting on Demarion Witten from Cleveland Glenville. Just waiting on him. He's 6'4", 215, 4-star. And you know how Ted Ginn Sr. likes to play this. He likes to have his, Glenville guys push and hold out as long as possible so that they can have college coaches constantly coming through the facility, getting all the players some eyeballs on them. So understandable, but this is just a matter of time before we get Demarion Witten.
But even so, Joe, even with the numbers you were saying, we need this many at each position. With the two Caleb's leaving, transferring, those numbers you were counting those numbers. So we need 4 this year to hit the number Ryan Day wants, and that number's already factoring in the 2 Caleb's that just left. Correct?
Yeah. Right now we got 2, 4, 6, 7. We have 11 right now once the 23 class is entirely on campus, and Ryan Day wants 11. So you got to remember,
we're going to lose
4. Yep.
We're going to lose 4 this year, you think?
Yeah. You're losing.
Off the top of my head, I got 3.
Emeka, X-Man, and probably Fleming.
You think he'll leave, huh?
I do.
He's a 20 guy. This is his 4th year.
I thought he had a red shirt. I mean, I thought he had another year of eligibility. But you're right. If he stays healthy, I think he'll go, because he'll be productive enough if he's healthy. But if he struggles with injuries again this year, if he has another year, I think he'll come back.
He never redshirted, so
okay.
But all right. It's really unusual to take a redshirt this late.
It is. I thought one of those early years he did end up redshirting with the shoulder injury. But okay.
No. Probably would have been a good idea if.
But he probably still has the COVID year, so he probably gets an extra year anyway.
That's true. Yeah.
I think it all comes down to his health.
If he's going to show enough. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, get 4. We have 2 of the best in the country. Get to the other 2, have 4. We'll be fine.
Yeah. O-linemen, let's talk about them. Brandon Baker out of Mater Dei in California. Buckeyes are still yet to crack that Mater Dei high school impenetrable Trojan wall. USC guys Mater Dei guys just go to USC. That's kind of the way it's been for a long time. Buckeyes have not been able to get anybody from Mater Dei. It's very difficult. But Brandon Baker is a high 4-star. He's a .9814, 6'5", 285 tackle. Number 1 at his position in the country. Number 2 in the state of California. That's saying something, right? This is a big get. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about Justin Fry's going big game hunting. We're going to land some big fish or bear, whatever you're hunting. I don't know, fishing, hunting. I kind of cross metaphors, but Brandon Baker is a big deal. Also, flip it over to the other side of the country in West Roxbury, Mass. Gerby Lambert, 6'6", 280 tackle. He's a high 5-star or 4-star as well, .9734. Number 2 tackle in the country, right behind number 1 that I just mentioned, Brandon Baker. These are the big game that we're going after. Justin Fry is going after anyways. I'm not. And we need to land 2 of those. That will set this class into another stratosphere. You know?
Yeah. The first thing I thought of, listen to the weights you listed, 280 and 285. It's surprising to not have the already prototypical size for like the number 1 at your position in the country. But so this tells you the talent of these guys, even though they're expecting, they have the talent to be the greatest in the country. And they're just figuring, another 25, 30 pounds. And then, it'd be perfect. But so if the guy's 285 and he's the number 1 dude in the country, he's special. He's talented because he doesn't already have that starting D1 level size.
Wasn't that Paris Johnson?
I thought he was closer to 300.
He's 6'7", but close enough. I mean, I'm not going to quibble with 1 inch and 10 pounds.
No,
that's what she said. So
don't get him fried. Go get him
on Nathan Roy. From Wisconsin. He's a Wisconsin guy, so we love Wisconsin O lineman. 6'5", 275. He's number 15 at his position. So still in on some other O linemen. Let's go cornerback. This is a huge position of need. We need 4, and not just warm bodies. We need quality now. 5-star Charles Lester III. I call him Chucky 3 Sticks down here in Sarasota. He is the number 1 guy on the board, but he's looking like a Florida State lean. So I'm going to go ahead and count him out as an option. But I do want to talk about Bryce West from Cleveland Glenville. 4-star as well. 5'11", 177. He's a .9728. Number 4 at his position in the country. Number 1 in the state of Ohio. This is just a matter of time. This is a strong Buckeye lean, probably a midsummer commitment date coming. So definitely got to get him in the fold as soon as possible.
It's really nice to see Glenville putting out some of those top guys, in the country again. They for a while there, we didn't take anybody because there wasn't anybody worth taking, for some years there. But you're right. He's gonna Glenville guy, so we're gonna have to wait on him. But we got to trust that relationship and that pipeline. You said 175, Joe? 175 was his size? Another guy that he's super talented. If he's 175, not already the prototypical size. People recognize he's special and they expect him to just get to the size.
Yeah. Obviously, he plays some offense here as well. He's on defense there. My favorite thing that Glenville does with their uniforms is on the front, instead of saying Glenville or something, it'll say just the Ville. That's badass. Here he is in coverage. Oh. I'm not making a snatch, 1-arm grab.
Yeah, you say it's a given. It's just a matter of time. We got to secure these we got to get top 10 DBs. We just have to have them. There's no reason why we can't get 1 or 2. In some years, a couple more. But in state, out of state, go after the biggest because we're one of the best. So you got to go get the best.
Yeah,
it's all been proven. I mean, the track record's there. It's just making these guys comfortable in Columbus.
Yeah, so love his tape. He looks great. Who else we got here? Xavier Brown from Modern Day, another Modern Day guy that we're trying to flip over and bring to the Midwest. He's 6'1", 180 at corner, .9665, number 6 at his position, number 5 in the state of California. I love this guy. He's a big Buckeye fan. He's been a Buckeye fan since he was a kid. So it's going to be hard not to get him. He brought his mom on his second visit. He visited twice this spring in a matter of 10 days. That's saying something, right?
Came across country twice in 10 days.
From California.
Wow.
Brought his mom the second time. Yeah.
That's huge. That goes a long way. Where he came back and was like, "Ma, you got to come see this place. You got to come. We got to go back." You got to be excited about that.
Yeah, they have the weirdest uniforms though. This modern day, because they got like the Michigan 3 stripes, but it's red and white, like red helmets, red uniforms, white stripes on the helmet, but the stripes on the helmet are white. It's just very strange.
Just like Edgewater High School here in Orlando, looks identical to Edgewater, and Edgewater's
Really?
they put out a lot of talent. Yeah, but same thing. And I always wondered that this looks awful.
I know, I don't get it. So
Saddleback.
yeah, Xavier looks good. Who else? Dakota Fields is a lean, possibly. That's going to be a tough one. If you don't, Obaduke committed to Oregon. You got Miles Lockhart out of Arizona. He's been a Buckeye heavy lean for a long time. Last year, after his football season, they won the state championship in Arizona. He comes from Basha High School in Chandler. And he was wearing a Buckeye bandana when he accepted the trophy, or was holding the trophy on the sidelines after the game. So I think he's definitely a Buckeye lean. I don't see how we don't get him. I just don't know what he's been doing since he's been a heavy Buckeye lean. So I'm sure that Perry Eliano and the guys are in on him. He's visited campus, I know that. So he does have an official coming up here in June, and we'll see what kind of timetable his commitment or announcement takes. They do have him penciled in as a slot corner, so moving him down there inside the box. He's got the good size, can help out and run support and so on. So but he has those cover skills that you need, like a Cam Martinez, that they call the slot safety. It's a slot corner. We all know that.
And he's got the size and stuff. That's all going to change too when he gets to college. I mean, that could very well change. We've been doing a lot of good work in Chandler over the years. I hear a lot of our Arizona kids are from that area. They got good football there too. You don't think of Arizona?
Yeah, he plays top level.
School, but...
Exactly.
Yeah,
he plays top level up there. So up next we got that's about all for the corners. Now, big game hunting is what this is all about, and KJ Bolden is big money. Out of Buford, Georgia, the safety, 6'1", 185, 5-star, number 9 player in the country, number 1 at his position, number 2 in the state of Georgia. And that's saying something. We all know that. So he's cousin to Ohio State safety coach Perry Eliano, which should help. You would hope. Yeah,
fucking better.
So, but it's hard to pull kids out of Georgia, man. Especially Bama, Georgia, Clemson are all in on him. This is going to go down to the wire, I think. But this kid is a program changer.
And Auburn's in on him too. And Auburn's starting to probably become a little more of a desirable with the talent they're starting to bring in through the transfer portal and whatnot. Don't rule them out.
Sounds a lot like a Caleb Downs type situation, but with a better in with being cousins with the coach.
It's precisely a Caleb Downs situation, right? In that he's a program changer. Think of him like Von Bell or Raekwon McMillan. Getting one of those guys was
Von out of Buford?
No, not out of Buford.
He was out of he was up by Tennessee. Yeah. Georgia, yeah. But Raekwon was like Atlanta area, Could have, it wasn't Buford, but anyway, we do well. We do well as a program in Buford, but getting KJ Bolden is freaking huge, man. I'm telling you.
It's like
again,
Sonny Styles.
yeah, it's a program changer, man. I'm telling you. He can play all over the field. So that is a need. And I'll say it. If we don't get him for whatever reason, Peyton Woodyard, the current Georgia commit from St. John's Bosco out in California, same high school as Wyatt Davis. He is a must get. We got to get one of these two guys. All right. He's a high 4-star. He's a .9662, number 4 at the position, number 6 in the state of California. Got to get one of these two guys. Peyton Woodyard, KJ Bolden, got to be Buckeyes. And we need the depth. We need the dudes at that room. We need 3 at least in this class, right? So we got to get one of those two guys. He's 6'2", 188. Peyton is. And like I said, committed to Georgia, but he has visited Ohio State since committing. He committed to Georgia in January, visited Ohio State in April, and then has an official set up for Ohio State in June. So he will be back. Important. That's important. So watch what the kids do, not what they say, right? Reggie Powers, my guy, Reggie Powers from Centerville, Circle City, the safety, 6'1", 195. He's a 3-star. Right now, I think we're just waiting on him to commit. He always wanted to be a Buckeye. He's done some visits to like Kentucky, Tennessee, some other schools, and Michigan State, I think. So just waiting on him to pull the trigger and give him the go ahead and let's take him. So he'll be a good Buckeye. Saw him. He was at the Under Armour camp today, actually in Columbus, and they wanted to see him in coverage, and he actually did pretty well because he's more of an in the box safety. Comes down, run support. They wanted to see him covering tight ends, receivers, not just being that.
Who's this guy again?
Reggie Powers, safety.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It sounds like with playing 3 safeties, you got to have one at least that's going to be able to do that at a high level, like what you're talking about. So we have the defense for that type of player. But yeah, Reggie Powers. He would be like, I would like to see him as our 2nd or 3rd, and get one of those top guys. We missed out on 2 of them last year, the 1 and 2 safeties in the country. I thought we were in good shape for both, and I was really let down when we missed out on Xavier Nwampa and Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got to load them up. The Centerville kid, you can almost bank on it. Go get these big boys. Go down to Buford and steal one.
Right. Yeah. So let's finish up tonight with D line. We'll go D ends and D tackles, mostly just D ends because
I need a shitload.
Yeah. So edge rushers, we got Dylan Stewart out of DC area. So that's Larry Johnson's stomping grounds, 6'5", 235. He's a 5-star. You got Booker Pickett down here in Tampa. He is a high 4-star, 6'3", 200 pounds though. Little difference there. He's only 200 pounds. Yeah. So, son, you need to get some milkshakes in you or something.
D tackle? He's a D tackle?
Edge.
No, this is edge.
Edge. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, he's a 9'5", 5'2", number 7 player at his position. But then you got Marquise Lightfoot, my guy. Sounds like an old 70s R&B singer, Marquise Lightfoot, like, ooh, baby. No. Anyway, he's out of Chicago, 6'5", 220. He's a high 4-star to 9'5", 08. Those are the 3 hard targets right now. You got Elias Rudolph. So weird thing with Elias Rudolph, he's down in Deerfield Beach, Florida right now, but he just moved from Cincinnati. So 6'4", 205, again, another lighter guy on the edge. He's a 4-star on 9171. But he hasn't been back to Columbus, and there's still like, I don't know what's going on with his situation, but there's talk that he could go back to Cincinnati for his senior year and play there and go to school, but I don't know what's going on there. So weird situation, but I wanted to show you my guy, Marquise Lightfoot here real quick as we wind down the show. I want to go too much longer, but Marquise has got some decent tape and mute. He's here in the powder blues, chasing people down from the other side of the ball. Oh, it's a lovely photo of that tower in the background. I love these videos sometimes. I love and the wait for it. I like that. Wait for it. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
He was playing down, down on the line there. Playing. He does look light on his feet.
Hence the name. Looks like they got some rain rolling into Chicago tonight. Is that him playing tight end? Jesus. His wide ass open. Okay, good job. All right, so that video was not very helpful. That ends the video segment for this evening. So anyway, we know we need 4 D ends, 4 D tackles. Booker Pickett, like I mentioned, is only 200 pounds. So let's see how he develops. Also is nephew of Ryan Pickett. You might have heard of him if you're of a certain age. Former Buckeye D lineman. So hopefully we can get the uncle to lean on him. D tackle real quick as we wrap her up. Justin Scott out of Chicago, 6'4", 310. He's the 5-star. Probably not an option for the Buckeyes. He, excuse me, he had a January decision date that he put on pause, and at that time he was a Notre Dame lock, and now it's looking like he's going to go to Miami or one of the Florida schools. So most likely Miami. We'll see how that plays out. So things got weird there for a bit. Buckeyes thought they had an in, actually not. Edric Houston out of Beaufort, Georgia, also 5-star, 6'3", 255. That's a hard Buckeye target. This guy, Dominic McKinley out of Louisiana. This is a direct, how we talk about James Laurinaitis getting us Peyton Pierce and getting us in with other linebackers like Kingston Villamuasa out of St. John's. This Dominic McKinley is directly correlated to the D-line graduate assistant, Alan Clark, working under Larry Johnson right now. He was just hired back in January. We talked about him as possibly being the next heir to the D-line room, possibly taken over after Larry leaves. So Alan Clark is a big deal in the football world. He has trained multiple NFLs, like 50 NFL players, D linemen. He has trained in his side business that he was running before he came to Ohio State. So he is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's how you get a Dominic McKinley from Louisiana visiting Ohio State. He's got a visit set up, and he's a 5-star. So keep that name in mind. Aiden Breland out of Mater Dei, another Mater Dei guy we're going after, high 4-star at D tackle. Nigel Smith. This guy, I think, could work at D end or D tackle out of Melissa, Texas. Peyton Pierce, the linebacker, lives about 20 minutes away from Nigel, and he's working hard and openly recruiting him. He's a high 4-star at a 9.5, 9.6. So last guy I wanted to finish up with, Jaden Jackson from IMG, but you guessed it, originally from the Midwest, from Indianapolis. 6'2", 300. He's a 3-star right now, hasn't gotten a lot of camp experience. So look for that to rise his ranking anyways. Whew.
I mean, with
How you guys
what's
feel about
happened
that?
with what's happened the last couple years, I forget. I don't know if it was Stephen Cherry in the comments or who that said it, but yeah, we need these guys to stop the run because they ran it down our throats 2 years in a row, and this is huge. We need one of them top tier guys. It'd be nice to get two of them, but I like any of the guys
Yeah.
you're talking about for sure.
I mean,
Yeah, it's just a matter
everybody
of
needs
last
everybody in our. Sorry, Joe. Sorry, go ahead. Everybody, all of our fans, everybody that follows the podcast and follows this recruiting like we do, or to some level, anyways, we all got to remember we are going after the best of the best. We are one of 9 schools or 10 schools that really have a shot at getting these kids. So when we lose one, like a Caleb Downs or I forget the lineman that we thought we had, the DN that went to Bama real late. Xavier Nwampa.
There's 3 of them that we missed on.
Yeah,
there's 3 DNs we missed on late.
We can't get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at every position. Nobody does. It is evened out more than it did when Bama was just number one every year, distancing everybody. So everybody needs to be. We need to realize that we're fighting against the best for the best, and if we don't get one, we can still develop the maybe 4th or 5th best. Have faith in our coaches to get it right, but we need to get the guys that fit what we're doing. Like you said, Shawn, we need guys that won't get pushed around, in the middle. We need linemen that can handle a speed rush from the outside.
Like
skill
Teddy
guys, we have no problem
KGB,
with.
vote to be pushed, stay it out.
But when you're battling against the guys the teams that have won national championships, Bama, Georgia, Clemson, we're not going to get everybody. It's just what it is. So we don't need to. Anybody that's listening, please don't text these fucking kids. Don't call them out on Twitter. Don't even. We don't need to do that. You know what I mean? Just wait till they become Buckeyes and then cheer for them and give them love. Just my little PSA for the day.
People do that.
A couple quick comments here in the chat I wanted to touch on. Billy asks, how are Eliano and Walton at recruiting? I'd say they're top notch. I think they're some of the best in the country, and I think you're going to see that in this class. If they bring,
they got to get going though. They got to get going.
Well, yeah, they're not sitting on their hands and farting around. They're actually out on the road, pressing buttons and shit. I feel really good about both these guys. Look at who Eliano coached when he was at Cincinnati, and that was at Cincinnati. So his development is on tape. Same with Tim Walton. Jalen Ramsey calls him the best coach he's ever had.
Yes,
that's when he was in the NFL. So Temper in the chat says, I know we got 2 good corners. Bonsu, I think, is a safety. Yeah, he is a safety. And Steven says, yes, we need big bodies in the middle of the defensive line. Yeah. And that's on Larry. Larry's got to target his guys and go after him. He can't wait like he does sometimes. He likes to wait and see their senior year tape. It's too fucking late by then, man. And the NIL stuff screwed us last time.
Mm-hmm. If the other teams,
we lost the other best teams, 3 5-stars.
Sorry, Joe. There's a little bit of delay, and I don't mean to talk over you. I'm sorry. If the other best teams in the country aren't waiting to get these guys in, why do we? If Bama and Georgia are in on a guy and they want to take him now, why are we holding off? You know what I mean? If he's got any interest in our school, get him now, and then do what they do: oversign and then cut the guys. Cut the fat after 2 years. If we want to, do it like them, they take everybody immediately, and if you don't work out, they kick you out in a year. but we're never going to sign 28, 30 guys per class either. But this class should be big. We should have room for at least 25,
Wow.
right?
Yeah, keep in mind though, that the limit has been, I guess, suspended. That 25-man limit per recruiting class has been suspended. A year ago, in May of 2022, the NCAA decided to allow, remove that 25-man limit per class for the next 2 years. And this could end up just going away entirely, because it's about roster management, right? Now that you've introduced the portal. So they gave this kind of 2-year experiment to remove the limits and allow teams to just go and recruit almost unlimited, and see how it plays out. So,
and I think that's fair. I agree
with that, I guess.
I agree with doing that, because it's a one way for the school to get some kind of a control against the NIL. It's like uncontrollable free agency. So I think teams should be allowed. Ohio State never does it. We've never really been that type of school like the South does, but I think you have to in this day with NIL, or not NIL, the transfer portal. Like if dudes can just leave for within a 6-month window, they can just take off. You got to be able to have the ability to get more in. I could see the scholarship number increasing as we get more and more to like a minor league NFL and not so much collegiate. You have to.
Yeah. All right. So we got that recruiting covered the whole damn show. That was pretty crazy. But yeah,
I hope everybody enjoyed it. Yeah.
We got our eyeballs on a lot of guys, right? You guys see a lot of guys? Shawn sees a lot of guys in person more than us. So I'm jealous. But we appreciate everybody joining us. Thank you for all the comments and questions in the chat. Hopefully we nailed them all. Hit me up in the comments going forward. Subscribe. If you subscribe, you get notified every time we go live. And I'm going to surprise you guys with the live show one of these days this week. Be ready for it. 4 p.m. Eastern. Be ready. Just if you subscribe, you'll know, right? You'll be in the know. And that's what it's all about.
We got your Sunday night primetime and your drive home. Your drive home.
Yeah, there you go. And you got your morning daily blitz for your drive to the job.
You're doing all three, bro?
Daily blitz is not going away. I can't take it away.
I hope these listeners, and we appreciate all of you. I hope you guys understand that Joe does run his own business. He works super fucking hard at this. So show him some love. He's my brother. I know I might be biased, but he's trying to give you guys as much as he can.
There you go. All right. We appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for the great comments. Thank you, Billy, in the chat. To you. PC popped in. I couldn't believe that. PC's my guy. Lives out in California. He was going to take an Uber to our meetup whenever we do that in Columbus. So he's going to Uber from California.
What kind of tip do you have to leave after that? Jesus.
I don't know. Probably. I wouldn't leave anything.
Yeah, we need to make some traction on that meetup. We need to have some information for the fans.
We're gonna do it like a couple of weeks before the season starts. We want to do it before Shawn's son starts his high school season, because we want to do it on like a Friday night, I think, not on a game day. Game day is just going to be too nuts, So we want to have a good showing, good turnout, and we'll get back to everybody on that. It's only May, but we'll figure that out in 2 or 3 months. But we'll be here every day, every week. So appreciate everybody joining us. Jeff and Shawn, appreciate you.
Yeah, bro.
Talk to you later. Go Bucks.